In the previous video, we have discussed about on the definition of factor group, which is also known as a quiescent group. The last line has been remained to discuss, and in the last line of the previous video, we state that because n is a normal subgroup, and we know that in the case of normal subgroup, the right coset is also equivalent to the left coset by a particular element. This was a theorem. So in case of factor group, because in factor group you are considering one group, and the second is normal group g upon n. The g is group and n is its normal subgroup. So in this structure, n is a normal subgroups, and in case of normal subgroups, the right coset is also equivalent to left coset. So you can use here na equal to an. This part could not discussed in the last lecture. So first I have discussed here. Now let us take few theorems related to finite group. In this theorem, it is stated that Z is a finite group and N is a normal subgroup of Z. Then the order of G upon N, it means order of finite group, is equal to the order of group and upon order of normal subgroup. This is finite subgroup. It means it is a collection of all right cosets, and its order is equal to the order of group upon order of n. Because Z is a group and n is its normal subgroup, then by Lagrange theorem. Here we will discuss on Lagrange theorem, and this is the statement of Lagrange theorem which we have discussed in last month, and we have also proved this theorem. And this theorem states that the order of a subgroup of a finite group is a divisor of the order of group. It means the order of group can be divided by the order of its subgroup, because normal subgroup is also a subgroup of Z. So the order of G will be divisible by the order of n. And in the last of this theorem, we have proved that the order of a group upon order of its subgroup is equal to the number of cosets. So I am using this statement which is proved in Lagrange theorem. In previous lectures, I am using it here. So here the order of group upon order of its normal subgroup, this is equal to the number of right cosets in n in Z, because here we are considering only the right cosets, and the set which is collecting all the right cosets is denoted by G upon n. It means that will contain the number of elements, all right cosets, and which is equal to the order of G upon n, because this G upon n set will contains all possible number of right cosets, and this number is called, it will be known as the order of G upon n. So this was the simple proof of this theorem. We did not do here. We have already proved it in Lagrange theorem, and this is the simple application of Lagrange theorem in this theorem. Let us take one more theorem. In this theorem, it is stated that every factor group is a cyclic group. Every factor group is a cyclic group. So here we have stated that let G be a cyclic group with, if it is a cyclic group, then it will contain a generator which will generate all the elements of this group G. So we have assumed that A is the generator of this group G. Because group G having normal subgroups, and the average subgroup of G is normal, as per the definition of factor group. Here the average subgroup of Z must be normal, because in the case of finite group we consider only normal subgroup, and we assume that in the definition we assume that if a group has few subgroups, then all these subgroups will be normal. And there is a condition for a normal subgroup which we have discussed in a theorem. For a subgroup is to be normal, it must be necessary that the group G must be abelian, because there is a one property Na equal to Nb, and which is only possible that if the elements of group G are satisfying commutativity. So for the condition of normal subgroups, it is necessary to be that the given group is abelian. So this is the first condition. However, you have no need to write it here, it is obvious. And now we wish to show that this G upon H is a cyclic group where H is a normal subgroup. So let us G, now we are assuming that G upon H, it is the collection of all right cosets, and it is generated by HA. Here we are assuming that there is a coset, right coset, which is available in G upon H, and this coset has any element H upon X, because this is the element, because this is the right quotient and it will contains many elements, because this is HA, so it will contains all the possible elements after multiplying by the all possible elements of G. So the basic element will be Hx equal to G upon X, because this X is the arbitrary chosen element from G and G is a cyclic group. So every element of this group G must be generated, can be generated by the element A. If it is having some elements, then all elements of this group G will be generated by elements A. Let us suppose this element X is being generated by A after applying m power. So here we are assuming that if the a to the power m, which is returning the element X, so any element which is available in finite group Hx is being written in the form of HAM. Here a to the power m, it is nothing but the m time multiplication of A, and we have written in this style. As per the definition of normal subgroups, H equal to H, and you can multiply it infinite number of times, then the resultant will be always H. And the previous lectures we have already used that Hh equal to H. If you are multiplying it 2 times, then it is returning H. If you multiply it 3 times, then it will be returned H. So this H can be written m times, and here we are applying the commutative property, so it will return as HA, and so on. Now it is m times. So what is the resultant? If here HA is being multiplied m times, so it will be equivalent to the HA to the power m. So look it carefully. Here Hx, which is any element of this finite group, because this finite group is containing this factor group, sorry, not finite, this factor group is containing the elements which are available in right cosets, and any element is being written in the form of HA to the power m. It means this HA is the generator, and m is the power. On applying this HA, it is giving the element Hx. So here we can say that HA is the generator of this factor group. So this factor group will be obviously a cyclic group. So this is the proof of this theorem. In next few lectures we will discuss on some examples related to factor group. In case of any difficulty to understand this lecture, you can contact me anytime. However, your doubts will be taken in next or some few doubt classes which will be taken in next week. Thank you so much.